Thank you for joining me this afternoon. The time is 3:04 p.m. Central, and we have a severe thunderstorm ongoing in the Texas Panhandle right now over top of Perryton, producing 1.75-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. If you're included in this warning, seek shelter away from windows immediately, as this is golf ball-sized hail that can absolutely shatter your windows. In addition to this, if you are ahead of this storm and you have any pets outside, bring them in, because this is going to be a very dangerous storm for them to be out in. Right now, this is on top of Perryton, Texas, and we are in a little bit of a radar hole, so it's hard to tell exactly what this storm looks like, but even in this radar hole, we still see a pretty impressive shape and hail core on it. We have several storm chasers out here today because this is going to be a relatively intense event here. We have storm chasers like Corey Gherkin, we've got Vince Welty, we've got Brandon Kopic, we've even got Willard Sharp out here. So there are quite a few storm chasers out here today, so if anything does happen, we should be the first ones to know here, as the National Weather Service will hopefully get reports sent in. And we have another storm up here in Kansas near Copeland that right now is producing some broad minor rotation, nothing immediately concerning in terms of its tornadic potential, but over the next several minutes it could develop. So we're going to watch all these storms very closely here. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Let me go ahead and pull up the stream on my iPad so that I can go ahead and read chat here. So if you have any questions about your location, leave them down below, because this is going to be a very significant event here. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather issued for parts of Oklahoma and Kansas here, and then a slight risk issued for parts of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. So we're going to watch all these areas very closely here. We did recently get a new Storm Prediction Center update, but nothing major has really changed with that, right? It's basically all the same threats. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled here on these storms over the next several hours. We do have another new severe thunderstorm warning that is going to be down here for portions of Shamrock and Wheeler in Texas. That's for 1.75-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. So you've really got to seek shelter now, all right? Not only is there a major damaging wind threat, but hail up to the size of golf balls is possible here as this storm approaches Shamrock. This is a very dangerous situation, all right? You need to take cover now to protect yourself from falling trees, obviously hail battering your windows. These are all major threats here with this storm, so you've really got to seek shelter right now, okay? So again, we only have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings at the minute, but they're both very intense. This one near Shamrock, even more intense, actually, as there are some significant damaging winds with this storm here. So, hold on. I am replying to a comment at the minute. Give me just a second. Alright, so, yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at over the next few hours is Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas for the most part. We may see something pop off in Nebraska, but actually the main threat for Nebraska is going to be snow. We have blizzard warnings up here in Nebraska. If you did not watch the big update for SPC Day 2, yeah, I saw that earlier. We do have a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes tomorrow, so very dangerous situation tomorrow as well. We'll be going live, but if you did not see earlier, I did a forecast on Mr. Storm's channel. You should really go check that out. We are going to be looking at one heck of a blizzard up here in portions of Nebraska. So you got to look out for that. And then obviously Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas are under the gun today for severe weather. And as Airborne Animations just did point out in the chat there, tomorrow we've got another enhanced risk of severe weather. Even more concerning because this one is a 10% hatched risk for tornadoes. This one is driven completely by a tornado threat here from Jackson, Mississippi back down into Alexandria, Louisiana. So you've really got to look out there. But today we are going to be watching areas like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, as I pointed out several times. We do have that marginal risk going all the way into areas like central Nebraska. I don't think central Nebraska is going to see anything except for sleet, honestly. But that sleet is going to be very dangerous. But I mean, like severe-wise, you're not seeing anything up there in central Nebraska, most likely. But again, this is the big storm we're watching right now, right here in Shamrock, Texas. So again, if you are in this warning, seek shelter immediately, lowest floor possible, away from windows. This is a very dangerous storm in terms of its damaging wind and large hail threat associated with it. Right now, about 75 to 80 mile per hour winds, just a little bit off the ground here. So surface winds are still probably very high, so you really got to take this seriously, guys. This storm will be near Shamrock within the next few minutes, and then down the line it'll get closer to Wheeler. This one will actually probably go south of Wheeler. If you're on the south side of Wheeler, maybe you need to watch out. But we're hoping that it goes mostly off to your east. But areas like the Parkview Hospital and the Baymont Hotel in Wheeler are going to be under the gun for this storm here. That hail core is even more impressive now as the west of Shamrock. So again, this is a relatively populated area here. Let me go ahead and check the amount of people that live inside of this warning box here. These are both pretty big towns here, yeah. So this is going to be including 4,000 people here, 4 schools, and 2 hospitals. So Shamrock contributes most of the population here, but then also later down the line, Wheeler has got quite a bit of stuff. So really anybody in the Texas Panhandle here needs to be looking out over the next few hours. If not for a severe weather threat, a major fire threat on the back end of these severe thunderstorms. We do have a critical risk for fires today here, and then also an isolated risk for dry thunder. So very serious fire threat here. We may already have some wildfires ongoing. It's hard to tell here, though. It does not look like it according to the radar. So that's good, but one could spin up very quickly. We have red flag warnings, obviously. We have wind advisories for pretty much the entirety of the states of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Those areas have wind advisories for good portions of their states. We're actually going to go ahead and bring up some live cams here so that we can get a good look at these storms from a good view. We'll take up the Norman live cam. We don't have a lot of live cams out here in the southern plains, unfortunately. We do have some gusty winds out here in Norman, so that'll be interesting to look at. We do have that wind advisory there for Norman. That's going to be for gusts up to 45 miles per hour at times. So we'll probably see some pretty eventful stuff here on this live cam in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen right now. Very overcast, ominous clouds. Obviously, you got those gusty winds blowing tree branches around. And then we'll also actually take up our other live cam in the area, that being the Burlington, Kansas live cam here. Pretty similar story, you know, overcast skies, gusty winds. We actually had a 46.5 mile per hour wind gust on this live cam earlier. And we actually have some rain showers moving through, but eventually a storm is about to sweep through there, so that's actually a really good live cam to look at. And then the other one that we have in the south central U.S., we have 3 big ones. We have the Norman one, the Burlington, Kansas one, and then this one, the German, Texas one. This one's also getting gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour. So this one will be good to look at. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to make it like that with all the annoying details and stuff. We're just going to bring up... Hold on. Give me just a second, guys. There we go. Okay, so we got the Norman one, so we can get rid of that. Throw that down there. And then also throw in our Burlington, Kansas live cam. Alright, get rid of that. And then finally, that's a tornado warning, everybody. We now have a tornado warning for Perryton, Texas on this storm here that is currently doing golf ball-sized hail. There is some broad rotation here near Perryton, so you need to seek shelter if you are included in this warning. Perryton's probably taking this pretty seriously because last year they got hit by a big tornado in this area. Let me go ahead and message Mr. Storm, let him know that this has been issued. Tornado warning just issued for Perryton, Texas. Alright. Yeah, this is a very bad situation here, everybody. If you are in Perryton, you need to seek shelter. It's very hard to see this rotation because of the massive radar hole we're in, but it is there. So you need to seek shelter in Perryton, and then Twitchell, Huntoon, and Booker as well. You need to be in your safe spots. Again, the safest place to be is going to be lowest floor possible away from windows. And then we'll also go ahead and replace our German, Texas live cam here. There we go. All right, yeah, we do have a tornado warning now. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we have a new tornado warning that is in effect for portions of Texas and Oklahoma here. A brief spin-up tornado could occur near Beaver County, Oklahoma, Lipscomb County in Texas, and Ochiltree County in Texas. And then in addition to that, there could be ping pong ball size hail associated with that storm as well. So very dangerous, obviously. We got our live cams here in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen tracking what these storms actually look like. All three views there, whether you're in Oklahoma, Kansas, or Texas, you're likely seeing overcast skies with gusty winds. And then our Burlington, Kansas one, we'll start to see a pretty significant storm move in soon. As you can see, it's completely overcast, very gray. And then our German, Texas cam is shaking around like crazy because of those gusty winds. But again, this is a very serious situation out here just to the northeast of Perryton, Texas now. And we have another new tornado warning. That is going to be for Wheeler and Collingsworth counties in Texas. That's for the other storm that we're watching right now near Shamrock and Wheeler, so you need to seek shelter. This is actually even more concerning rotation near Shamrock, so please take this very seriously and take shelter now, everybody. I'm going to message Mr. Storm about this one, too. New velocity scan, it's very scary over here. In Shamrock, Texas. This is a very bad look here. We could have a tornado drop any second, if not already on the ground. This is really bad here, guys. Again, possible tornado on the ground here near Shamrock, Texas. And then also we have our tornado warning up towards Perryton, Texas. But this one's much more significant down here in Shamrock. So please take this seriously, guys. Take shelter. There's a possible tornado on the ground here near Shamrock. This area is relatively populated as well, I do believe. If I go ahead and check the population for that area, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like there's about 4,000 people that live in this, because it's basically the same area as our severe thunderstorm warning. So Shamrock, definitely take shelter. Wheeler, within the next 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to want to take shelter. In fact, Wheeler might as well take shelter now because you're not in the tornado threat quite yet. I mean, you're going to be in it very soon, likely. But even without that, you got a pocket of very high winds approaching you, near 80 miles an hour, just a little bit off the surface. So the surface winds are still probably 60 to 70 miles per hour. Very damaging, dangerous winds there. But again, this is the show stealer right now near Shamrock, Texas. This is not a good look, guys. This could be our first tornado of the day. And it's in an area where, if it forms now, it's not like it's going to be leaving our risk area anytime soon. It's in a pretty favorable environment here down the line. Yeah, this is even worse now. Again, if not a tornado, still a pocket of very high winds near Shamrock, Texas, over 100 miles per hour, just a little bit off the ground. This is a very dangerous situation. You've got to take this seriously and take cover. The winds going towards the radar are incredibly strong. We need some more winds to go away from the radar for a tornado to drop, most likely. But it doesn't matter. You need to be into your safe space. Because, again, this is very bad looking. Yeah, even without that tornado, again, still a pocket of over 100 mile per hour winds, just a little bit off the ground. That's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning. That is for Gray, Finney, and Haskell counties in Kansas. That's going to be for ping pong ball sized hail and wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So watch out for that storm. But obviously, like I said, right now, the show stealer, this storm right here, everybody, just to, actually basically right on top of Shamrock. kind of in between Shamrock and Twitty. We can kind of see this rotation wrap up over the past few scans. Again, we're watching this very closely here, guys, because this is not a good look. You've really got to be taking shelter. This is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. So we'll take it from the rotation area. Track it northeast. Right there. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Take it northeast. Right there. 30. So down the line from this storm, we can go ahead and calculate who's going to be under the threat. We got Kelton in 25 minutes, Sweetwater in 44 minutes, Dempsey in an hour, Grimes in 62 minutes, and Rose Hill in 69 minutes. And again, this rotation, very concerning here. Still high winds just to the south of Shamrock, trying to wrap up a tornado. Still winds over 80 miles an hour, just a little bit off the ground. So you really got to be taking this seriously and taking shelter. This is a very dangerous situation here. Maybe a little bit less impressive this scan, but still very tight rotation trying to wrap up there. I really thought we were going to see something drop near Shamrock just a minute ago. Shamrock, give us just a few more minutes and this will be past you. Areas like, let's say, Twitty, and even like areas like Norrick, even though you're not included in the tornado warning, you need to be seeking shelter, because this thing could take a southern dive and head for you unexpectedly. Norrick has not much in it, and then Twitty, let's see here. Yeah, Twitty doesn't really have anything in it either, so these are kind of rural communities out here in the panhandle of Texas. And again, our German Texas live cam shaking a lot there. And then we're starting to see some more showers move in on the Burlington, Kansas live cam. In fact, this pocket of high winds that we were concerned about wrapping up the rotation is not as concerning anymore. And the winds going towards the radar, or away from the radar, are starting to meet a new pocket of high winds that could try to spin up a tornado. So now the threat is pretty much going to be directly towards Twitty within the next few minutes. And then closer to Wheeler than we expected as well. And Wheeler's the big town. I don't want to call it a city, but the big town included in this warning here. You got areas like the Wheeler County Courthouse, the Splash Pad, the Parkview Hospital. You've got the Britt Memorial Park, Nicholson Field, and a few other attractions out here. It looks like we've got the Baymont Hotel, the Wheeler Cemetery. So again, you really need to take shelter here and take this seriously. Let's go ahead and check up on our other tornado warning up closer to Perryton. Again, it's in a little bit of a radar hole. Actually, it's in a pretty big radar hole, so it's kind of hard to see what we're actually looking at. Yeah, I mean, we're not... It's not quite as tight a rotation, but you still need to be seeking shelter, because it could actually be worse than it looks, because we're in a radar hole, so we really can't see that well what's going on. And that tornado warning also just got updated. Still radar indicated, but it got downgraded to 1-inch hail instead of 1.5-inch hail. Again, very dangerous situation here. This thing is really trying to produce. The thing is, there's not even that much lightning on this storm. You're getting your occasional lightning strikes, but not as much as you would think. New velocity scan, and by the way, again, very concerning rotation here. Now it's pretty much directly connected to this northern pocket of high winds. The southern side, like Shamrock, you're still under the gun for high winds, but the tornadic threat is much lower for you now. You still need to be taking shelter, though, because those are some damaging winds and large hail coming your way. Still winds 80 to 85 miles per hour, just a little bit off the ground. So surface winds are probably, 70 miles per hour, 65 miles an hour, so you need to be seeking shelter. And then obviously, Twitty, you're right here. Twitty, Texas. So again, very dangerous situation here. Luckily, the area it's heading for is relatively unpopulated, but we do have areas like Kelton. We've got Sweetwater in Oklahoma. We've got Meridian in Oklahoma. We got some more rural communities out here that are going to be in the path of this thing. And then our other tornado warning, it's in an even less populated area. Beaver down the line, maybe in the track of this, but probably not. But Beaver does need to remain on alert here. Man, there's like 5 churches in this tiny town. So, again, not a good look here for areas in between Shamrock and Wheeler in Texas. We have to watch this storm very closely here. Actually, some pretty gusty winds here in my area at the minute, up here in Illinois. I'm under a wind advisory. Again, still very concerning rotation, and even without that, winds close to 90 miles per hour, just a little bit off the ground. So you really got to be taking shelter, taking this seriously. Again, there's just not enough winds going, I don't remember, is this away from the radar or towards? There's not enough winds going that way. We've got plenty of winds going the other way. But that way, not so much. So we do have a ton of storm chasers getting closer to this. So hopefully they stay safe out there. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we do have two tornado warnings at the minute. One of them much more concerning here near Shamrock and Wheeler in Texas. The other being closer to Beaver in Texas. So if you're included in either of these warnings, please do be seeking shelter immediately on the lowest floor possible of a building, away from windows. And you see all of our live cams there in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen giving us a look at these storms. The German Texas cam, it is shaking around a whole bunch there. Yeah, go ahead and move these live cams up a little bit. The Norman one's a little bit squished. We started to lose our Burlington cam there. So hopefully that's not a sign for what's to come. The Burlington area, though, is actually relatively calm at the minute. But there are some storms approaching. So again, if you have any questions about your location, leave them down below in the chat, and I'll try to answer them accurately and honestly, because this is going to be a pretty widespread outbreak here. We have a marginal risk all the way from Nebraska back down into Texas, and everywhere in between. So again, pocket of very high winds here, and then also a tornadic potential along with that. Again, some spots getting close to 90 mile per hour winds, just a little bit off the surface. And if a tornado touches down, it could bring those kinds of winds to the surface, which would be very bad. Let me actually go ahead and check the Storm Prediction Center's website. Let me see if we have any storm reports from today. No, we do not. Let's see here. New reflectivity update. Waiting for this new velocity update. Tornado warning update here. It got shrunk. Still radar indicated. No longer includes Shamrock. So Shamrock, you're good to go. Same thing with Lella. You're not in this anymore. You're good to go. You're good to leave your safe spot. I will warn you, though, actually, there could still be some high winds. And Twitty is now the main area we're concerned about. This is right on top of Twitty. So if you are in Twitty, you've really got to take shelter now, everybody. Again, here's your winds going towards the radar, or sorry, away from the radar, and then here's your winds going towards the radar. And that creates your little pocket of rotation there where a tornado could try to drop. A little bit less intense now, luckily. Still asking everybody to shelter. Looks like all the storm chasers are trying to meet up here. We got Corey Gherkin and Woodward, Vince Welty in Chester, Brandon Kopic out there in Cherokee, and then Willard Sharp. I never remember his name. Willard Sharp, closer to Laverne. All in Oklahoma at the minute, northwest Oklahoma. We could actually bring up some more live cams here, even though they're not in the severe threat. There's more live cams that are going to be giving us a good look at those gusty winds, like up here in northwest Missouri. Also, there's some showers approaching northwest Missouri. I don't know though. The screen, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is already pretty full here. I don't want to make it any more messy. We're starting to see those rain showers and thunderstorms move in on the Burlington live cam. We're starting to see some sprinkles fall. And then German, Texas, that cam's still shaking around. And Norman, Oklahoma is also starting to shake around a little bit. The severe thunderstorm warning here for the 70-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball size hail was removed for the Shamrock area. Actually, I believe it expired. But the tornado warning is still in effect. And it has the golf ball size hail tag. New velocity update. Again, less concerning rotation now. It may be trying to hook back onto the south side here. We'll have to watch that. But other than that, you're probably almost done with your tornadic potential down there. Stay in shelter for a little bit longer, just for us to make sure that there's nothing heading your way. Other tornado warning here, again, it's very hard to view the rotation there. New velocity update. There's definitely a pocket of high winds, even if there's not rotation. It's hard to tell what area they're seeing the rotation from because of that radar hole again. It could be right here near Huntoon. But it's more likely up here because this warning's been in effect for a while. So this severe thunderstorm warning also got downgraded to half dollar-sized hail instead of golf ball-sized hail now. And this one in Kansas is still staying the same. No new updates to that. Still golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then our most concerning storm in between Shamrock and Wheeler is still doing that broad rotation there. That we're going to have to watch for that tornadic potential. And the just general high wind danger in here. So again, winds going towards the radar, winds going away from the radar. They meet, they say hello to each other, they spin up a tornado. That's usually how it works. It's not likely that we had a tornado drop with this yet, and we're probably not going to at this point, but stay in shelter for a few more minutes just to make sure. That's hail. That's not debris there. That's actually just hail. They may issue a new tornado warning soon. because this area is about to leave the warning box and the warning's about to expire. So areas like Sweetwater, Oklahoma, be prepared to take shelter here if this warning does get extended into your area. And by the way, another surge of high winds here, close to 90 miles per hour. Even more impressive now. Yeah, the rotation's definitely trying to latch back onto the south side here. So we'll have to watch that, actually. They're probably going to continue this tornado warning here very soon for areas like Sweetwater once again. Also Kelton, Texas. It may not make it all the way out to Sweetwater just yet. But Kelton, you're now the main area of concern. The rotation's pretty much past Twitty. Twitty, you're good. Maybe a few gusts of high winds. And then, Meridian, Oklahoma. Down the line, you're next as well. Our tornado warning up here in the the Perryton area did get removed. So that's good. We are left down to just this one tornado warning here. For Wheeler County, Texas, everybody. Again, here's your rotation, located right in there. Something maybe trying to spin up there to the east of Twitty now in Texas. This storm here down to the south with a special weather statement may try to develop some minor rotation soon, so we'll have to watch that. New velocity scan, I mean, this is really hanging on here. It's still trying to hook on to this southern area of high winds. It's really trying to produce, guys. It really is. Unfortunately, this storm is also starting to enter a radar hole. So it's going to be harder and harder to look at. So that's not good. We do have a few other strong storms here that may warrant some sort of warning soon from the National Weather Service in the Texas Panhandle. Specifically, this one near Guthrie is looking relatively concerning to me, but unfortunately, it's also in a radar hole. Surprise, surprise. I mean, looking from it from all the different radars around it, could even have some minor rotation to watch out for. But still, our only tornado warning at the minute is going to be here for Wheeler County, Texas. Again, a weak area of rotation developed here to in between Twitty and Kelton in Texas. So if you're just not tuning in, tornado warning for Twitty, Texas. Probably going to get extended very soon here for areas like Kelton. As this rotation leaves the warning box. Looks like the rotation may finally be getting the boot here. May finally be trying to, well, not trying to, but may finally be being forced to stop. It's a little interesting. Nah, there's not enough evidence. There's no tornado. But, I mean, we still might see this warning get extended here. Let's check up on Dodge City. We haven't looked at that area in a while. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting storm for sure. Definitely a hail and wind maker. Not sure if it's quite tornadic yet, though. So, this is now closer to Sweetwater, Oklahoma. That's the next big area here in the path of this. I really can't even say big area. There's still really nothing in Sweetwater. look back over at the Burlington, Kansas live cam. Things are getting pretty intense. So they dropped this tornado warning, but they did issue a new severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds for Kelton, Texas. So you want to seek shelter if you're included in that. We got another new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Collingsworth and Wheeler counties. That's down to the south here. So seek shelter in this one, too. That's also for 1-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. Again, these damaging wind gusts are going to be the big problem over the next few hours here in the Texas Panhandle. Not just because, they're damaging winds, but also because of that fire threat that could develop. Again, I'm also concerned about this unwarned storm down here near Paducah, Texas. I don't know what that circle was. So, yeah, East Kansas right now at our Burlington live cam, probably going to start seeing some heavier rainfall pick up soon. So this tornado warning, once it expires, it will likely not be reissued. Still pockets of high winds and large hail here, though. You're still going to want to seek shelter for sure. There's still winds over 90 miles per hour, just a little bit off the surface to the south of Kelton in Texas. So let's check up on our Perryton storm, kind of our Beaver storm now. We're starting to be able to see the rotation a little bit better, where it was at least. But this storm is nowhere near as impressive as it was. This severe thunderstorm warning will likely be dropped soon for the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles here. I don't even believe there's any towns included in that. Elmwood and Balco. Yeah, that severe thunderstorm warning will likely expire very, very shortly. Yeah, there's Balco and there's Elmwood. But this is nowhere near as impressive, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Nowhere near as impressive as it was. So, yeah, they did remove the tornado warning now for the storm south of Shamrock, right over Aberdeen in Texas now. You still need to seek shelter from this, though, because this is still a very high wind bag. Or no, the tornado warning was up here, closer to Wheeler. So, they did remove that. So I think for the minute we are good. So unless anybody has any questions in chat, we're gonna end stream here and pick up back up whenever something more significant happens. Because right now there's no tornado warnings. There's only 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, and I have a feeling we're nowhere near done with this tonight. All right, we're gonna see areas like Oklahoma and Kansas pick up very soon. Texas has been the main focus this stream, but that is quickly going to change. So I want to thank you all for watching this live stream here. We even have a strong thunderstorm up in Nebraska near Lexington. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for watching this live stream. Hello, Ice. How's it going there? Again, if anybody has any questions, leave them down in chat. We don't have to end yet, but if nobody has any questions, I am going to end because there's no reason to be live at the minute. So, get them in now. It will take me about 20 seconds to respond to see the message because there's a 20-second stream delay. But, yeah. Again, very concerning there for a little bit. In between Shamrock and, what was the other town? I don't remember. Oh, it was up here. It was Shamrock and Wheeler. But, yeah, again, thank you all for watching. We're getting off here. I'll see you all next time. Peace. I don't want to end now, though, because, of course, everybody starts joining the stream whenever I'm about to end. We got 4 viewers now. So I guess I'll just stay on here for a few more minutes. If anybody has any questions about their location, get them in now, because we're kind of getting ready to end here and pick up later whenever more severe weather activity pops off. So please subscribe to this channel with notifications on so that you get notified whenever I go live again. Again, we're watching Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas this afternoon, into this evening, even into tonight. So, again, any questions, please do get them in now, because we are ending off stream very shortly. We can see there, Burlington, Kansas is starting to get their showers in there. Norman, Oklahoma, and German, Texas are seeing those gusty winds. Actually, it kind of looks like the cameras are frozen right now. Are they? Oh, that one was. The heck? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, for some reason our cameras are frozen. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching, for real this time. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.